What's up, guys? That Really Gross Guy here, and we are back with one of my go-to frames for this kind of mission. This is a rescue. Now, I am going to be playing one of the arguably one of the best or the worst frames in the game. Limbo. People hate Limbo. Oh man, I don't want to say I love Limbo, but he definitely has his uses. There are times where I go, you know what would be perfect for this mission? A nice quality Limbo. And it's almost taboo. Like, a lot of players are like, Limbo? You gotta be kidding me. I could even take on the Juggernaut with no questions asked. You know what? We could even try it. I just totally said I could do it, no problem. And I might eat those words, but I don't know how to play Limbo to its extreme maximum potential. However, I actually need to kill some enemies in order to get the Juggernaut to spawn. So, but yeah, I don't know how to use Limbo to his ultimate maximum potential, and some people may not like how I will be using him, but I've been playing Limbo for a little while. I got him when he first came out. I tried him. There we go. Come at me, bro. I've been playing him long enough to understand how to play him. There's the Juggernaut. Here we go. Let's do it. Oh yeah, I can't kill those guys. Let me wait till let me get down over here. Let me find this Juggernaut, and let's take on this Juggernaut. Come on, guy. Where are you at? There he is. Alright, so what I'm going to do, actually, first, is I'm going to Cataclysm, pull a whole lot of guys into the void, and do damage to them. Let's see who comes around this corner. So I can select who I want to be in the void, and then I can battle them. Well, now I'm about to go out of the void, but so now I'll take out all these guys that are not in my Cataclysm at the moment. One of them being the Juggernaut. So I can also cast the Juggernaut into the void, and now I don't have to worry about him. Oh wait, never mind. I guess I can't put him in the void. So, but that's okay because I can go in the void. I won't have to worry too much while I'm in the void, because he can't do nothing to me. So what I can do is pull these guys into the void and finish them off. However, my power strength is high enough that they really don't stand a chance, even against my banish, so it is what it is. So where did this Juggernaut run off to? There he is. Alright, so let's go out. Okay. I'm kind of in a nice advantageous spot, so that's fine. Let me go into the void real quick because I'm being pummeled. Let's pull you in the void. Let's take you out. Get you. Very good. So now I get to fight who I want to fight, which is one of the most wonderful things about Limbo. One of the worst things about Limbo is he can't pick stuff up when he's in the void. So that's one downside, but that's hardly a problem whatsoever. And there we go. Juggernaut down. Easily solo to Juggernaut. But I will show you one of the other really good parts about Limbo coming up here when we get over to our rescue. But yeah, so some people may not like necessarily how I play Limbo. I feel like I do a very novice or amateur's way of playing Limbo, just because I don't know. I haven't like maxed this build out, and I'm not too much of a caster. I kind of talked about this in the last episode. Not too much of a caster, but Limbo's abilities are simple enough that I can understand the basics, such as I don't want to fight that ancient right now, so I won't. I'll just put him in the void and not have to worry about him. You get a whole bunch of these guys in here. You can get a nice nuclear bomb going on with my Cataclysm, and those guys are taken out. I can also recast it to get rid of it, and that's good as well. So that Toxic Ancient, I don't have to worry about him for another 9.5 seconds. Or 8.5, whatever. So he can do all he wants. I'll pull him out and do damage to him, and then I could have shot him if I didn't kill him at that point. But Limbo, very, 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 very simple. Some people hate him because he used to troll a lot. I'm glad that DE did pull out the ability to troll allied players just by basically rolling out of the banishment, which is good because I remember back when Limbo came out and people would troll me as well, and I was like, this is kind of dumb. I'm just gonna stand here. Like, people would get like super angry. I was the kind of guy that's like, oh, okay, so you don't want me to play the game, then I won't play the game. I'll just stand here, and you guys can go complete the objective, and I'll catch up with you guys whenever this Limbo stops being a jerk. Or you get to the extraction point, or you know, before extraction, and they're like, well, I don't want this guy to do any damage. I want to troll this guy. So it's like, all right, well, you can wait a full minute before you extract then, because if you don't want me to play the game, then I'll stop you from playing the game by not extracting. So it's on you. So it is what it is. Good thing that whole troll aspect is pretty much gone at this point. I don't know. Now that it's gone, I feel like there's no reason to not like Limbo. He's in my opinion, one of the best utility frames. Granted, like I said, he has his uses, and I feel like there are also times where he doesn't have his uses, depending on, you know, when you're playing with other players. If you have a group that has abilities that basically render Limbo useless, not necessarily useless, but kind of like when a Nova is in a party and using a molecular prime, there's not a whole lot of reason to run a utility frame like Limbo. You know, if you're going to use a Bastille using Limbo, or not Limbo, Vauban, if you're gonna use Bastille with Nova, that Bastille is going to be pretty much rendered useless because most of the enemies will be dying way too fast in order to deem Bastille worth casting. Same thing goes with a lot of different frames. I feel like Limbo definitely at times could be a frame that is rendered fairly useless depending on what other players are running. But for solo missions, first off, Limbo is fantastic. And for when you play with like running gun frames, Limbo can also be really good because he can banish enemies that you don't want to deal with at the moment. Yeah, we're in the holding area. So this is where I'm going to show you the other really good use for Limbo. I'm not too familiar with the shortcuts on this level. Uh-oh. He saw me. Okay. That camera noticed us, so that's not good. Okay, so let's just get in there and get this done. Alright. Through here. Start doing hostage rescue. I wish you could interact with the terminals even when you're in the void. Unfortunately, they took that out, and it's not a thing in the game, so it is what it is. There we go. So, what I'm going to do is cast Banish on my rescue target. As you saw, he literally stood in those lasers and took no damage. So my rescue target is basically invincible for the amount of time she is banished. So she's still got 10 seconds or so left on her. And I could just very easily unbanish her and then rebanish her. Or him, whatever the rescue target, you know. So right back in the in the void, and I don't have to worry about her whatsoever until banishment runs out. So just make sure you don't cast like Cataclysm with her in the Cataclysm, because then it's going to revert her void status, and then she's going to be vulnerable to some of the enemies. Or banish other enemies, such as, like if the Juggernaut was still around, and you banish both her and the Juggernaut, that's going to be bad. Or her and Abursa, or her and the Combas, or the other guys. I forgot what the other guys, the advanced crewman guys, I forgot what they're called, but just going to banish her again. Easy peasy. We can basically I can just escort her out, no problem, while she's banished. So that's that. That is Limbo in a handbasket. I didn't go into too much detail on the designs. There's plenty of videos out there on how to appropriately play Limbo, but that's just a very watered down, basic version of how useful Limbo can actually be. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. I know a lot of people are diehard Limbo fans, so you know, I appreciate Limbo for what he's worth, and he's definitely not a bad frame. So let's head on out of here now that we're done. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Maybe you learned a little something. Let me know how you feel about Limbo. I'd love to hear it. Thank you, and until next time. Blow!